Good morning. My name is Bob Gersh, and I'm with iReverse Home Loans. I'm a reverse mortgage specialist. And today I'd like to speak to you about supply and demand, condominiums, FHA, and the valuation that goes along with condominiums. As we all know, if there is more people looking at a property, the probability is you're going to get a higher price if you're a seller. If there are less people interested, then you're going to probably get a lower price. So what you want is obviously the most amount of prospective buyers as possible on an individual property. Well, how does it affect your condominium, especially if you're not looking to buy or sell at the moment, you just own it? Well, those condominiums that are in your existing complex that are for sale, the price that they sell at determines what your condominium is worth when an appraisal is done. So that those units that are sold, how many people are showing up at the open houses, how many people make offers, and how much they offer affects your value. So if we step back a second, those people that are coming to look at the property need to be pre-approved. And so the amount of mortgage programs that are out there that are available to those that are pre-approved will affect how many people can actually come to your open houses and how many people actually make an offer. Also, how much people offer is based on how much they feel comfortable paying for the property, which is partially related to how much of a mortgage they could qualify for. So that as an extreme example, those properties which don't qualify for any mortgage funds from any source, and there are such properties out there where unfortunately because of the condition of the property or other issues, you cannot get a loan on. So people do buy and sell them, but it's based on what people can pay out of their pocket. So it's truly a cash transaction, a non-mortgage transaction. So that those go for very little money. Those properties which you can get mortgages on, obviously people, because they can get a mortgage, they can leverage their down payment with the mortgage loan, are worth more money. All this comes around to the issue of FHA. A lot of people, both first-time home buyers, young people, as well as seniors, are utilizing FHA programs these days. The reverse mortgage program for seniors when they're purchasing a property is available for refinancing. Again, it's an FHA program. There are also programs that are out there which we don't personally handle, but there are plenty of programs for refinance as well as purchases which is done with FHA insurance for individuals who are looking to do their first time buying or just buy a property or refinance a property. So if FHA is available, there are therefore mortgage funds available for the property. If your condominium complex is approved by FHA, then you can effectively have more mortgage funds available. More people potentially could buy, they could pay more, and therefore your values potentially may go up. So if you have two condominium complexes, one is qualified for FHA, one is not, the property which is not, therefore cannot use those resources. You cannot use a reverse mortgage on those properties. You cannot get a FHA regular mortgage on the properties. So what this all comes down to is that we have a website which we can, if you give us a call, it's 781-202-7475. Once more, our phone number in the office is 781-202-7475. We have a website which we can refer you to, which you can look up and find out if your property is, if it's a condominium, if it is FHA approved currently. The sad news is there are a lot of, going through the list in various towns and cities, there's a lot of properties which were qualified but haven't continued to either submit the documents or for one reason or another are now not qualified. Their approval expired. It lasts for 2 years and the condominium management company and the board have to file additional papers to keep the qualification intact. A lot of facilities just haven't gone through that, either because they do know that there's something in their finances or otherwise which would disqualify them, so they choose not to re-up for FHA, or they just never got around to doing the paperwork, which is sad because it's affecting all the homeowners in those complexes. So our suggestion is, because it is important if you are a condominium owner or looking to buy a condominium, that the complex you're buying in or live in, that it is FHA approved. And so the first step is to find out what the status of your particular complex is. So by calling us, we can provide the phone number, or we can provide the email address. You can go on, or we can look it up for you and determine if you're in a complex which is currently FHA approved, or was and is now expired, or what the status is. That would be the first step, because clearly those complexes which are approved, and if your complex now is expired, you should go to your management company and find out why, and potentially assist them in getting it back on the approved list. Since that way we can do a reverse mortgage for you, as well as lenders can do a regular FHA loan using the FHA program, which again just makes more mortgage money available for buyers who want to buy into your complex, and therefore your values will either enhance or maintain strong value, or potentially greater value, based on more mortgage money being available. Again, there's no guarantee on value. We're not trying to say that just because a property is or is not FHA approved, what the value will or will not be in the future. We don't have a crystal ball. But we can say that having FHA approval gives you the opportunity to do the reverse mortgage, which otherwise you cannot do if it's a condominium. So that's a little discussion about supply and demand, values, FHA, and your condominium complex. So again, to summarize, you should find out if your complex is, if it's a condominium, is FHA approved. Talk to your management company. Give us a call, 781-202-7475, and we can give you the website and or look it up for you, and that way you know what's going on with your complex. Again, a little information which we hope will be useful to all of our listeners. Thank you, and have a good day and a good rest of the week. Thank you. Bye.